Welcome back, everybody. So, uh, we have the dinner date coming up, and I
Also,
need to
I've
talk to,
invitation.
and I need to talk to Davey about going to a brothel. I'm sure that that's not going to be a tricky conversation at all.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So the question is, there's three things we can do right now. We can do the dinner date, we can do the brothel, or we can do the thing with the strange dream that Desi had.
Also,
So
There
what
might
do
be
you
a
guys
co-
want to do?
there might be a conversation after Desi left. Like, me and Mathers are still left.
Sure. You guys can talk.
I mean,
Sure.
he could react on me on hitting my head on the table over and over again. And I'd be like, oh well.
Levi, you do seem a little stressed, and I realize that the demands of the university are can be intense, but if there's anything I can help with.
Well.
Oh. It was the left hand, huh?
I mean,
I decided.
it would be. I'm quite conflicted about this because I always think like Desi is just trying to find something out about me. She looks at me like this eyes, like she is.
Why would
what's
you think that?
like you're acting all the time.
She's not weird at all.
Yes.
Wait, no, wait,
tell
she's very
me,
weird. Never
tell
mind.
me more. What's it about? And like I basically just describe what everybody should seeing that she's like for some reason really skeptical maybe about me.
Oh, I'm sure that's a mistaken impression. If she was
Is
uh,
it though?
if she was trying to dig into your personal business, um, from what I know of her, she would simply consult the stars, and there'd be no need whatsoever to uh, go into uh, uh, some silly social game. I'm sure that she merely wishes to establish this date with her friend. There's probably more to it than that. That I think may be a bit of a white lie. And in the process, you'll have the opportunity to meet someone new. It could be it could become something uh, quite amazing for you. I know you have limited time, but uh,
Did
it's worth making time for personal relationships. It really is.
Did she ask you to advocate this?
No, no, no. I merely want my friends to be happy.
Yeah, of course. I'm just going back to study. Like I have, I didn't need to hear any more of this.
Oh, and I have it on good authority that uh, oh, never mind, never mind. I'm afraid that I have a number of fires to attend to. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
the question is, what do we want to do first? Thing with the dream, the thing with the brothel, or the thing with the Aeolian?
We could use a die to decide.
I'm fine with whatever, so I'm fine with that too.
Maybe the brothel will be easiest to wrap up.
Okay.
Could be.
So let's do that first.
Okay. So first off, I need to talk to Davy. And I
Matthew.
yes. Oh, always a pleasure. I have something a little bit delicate to ask you.
I do delicate will.
In the course of my let's call it extracurricular business.
And what extracurricular business is that exactly?
Oh,
Stuff.
the making connections between people, establishing them for mutual benefit and occasionally profit. So in the course of that, it turns out that one of the people that I need to get a little bit more information about is frequenting a brothel, and I think to get information from that brothel, it will be necessary to set up a bit of a business relationship, not in the straightforward sense of what one normally goes to a brothel for, of course, but
She raises an eyebrow.
more of a if you can call back scratching platonic back scratching. I'm sure that there are.
She raises her eyebrow a little further.
I imagine there are certain alchemical potions that a brothel might have need of, and they if certain rumors were introduced, they could be profitable for a brothel near the university. So
Get to the point, Mathers.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I just because I need to conduct this business, it's it certainly won't involve any of the other business that one usually conducts at a brothel, and I wouldn't want the wrong impression to be made. You're most welcome to come with me if you wish, but I don't want to put that invitation in terms of why don't you come to a brothel with me, if you understand.
She taps her lip and she says, "Well, that whole business would be bad for my reputation, wouldn't it? But I'm not unwilling to allow you to go or to even to help you. But I want to make a deal.
Certainly.
I'll go along. I'll help you with whatever ploy you're going with. Heck, you can even present me as a girl interested to work there if that helps you. But I want to know an honest truth from you about your business, not something along the lines of, the sky is blue, or when I conduct business, it earns me money, or something along those lines. I want to know a truth that really tells me something more about you. You can trust me, okay? I picked you from all the other guys. But I want you to trust me as well.
I do, implicitly.
I don't even know myself.
Well, no, that's the thing. I'm Hasa's being evil, because this is flying directly in the face of one of my instincts.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly why.
Well, I did call myself the master of evil.
I noticed that.
Although
Uh,
I
well-
mostly do it because I think it's what Davey would do
Sure.
more than anything.
Yeah, I think she's pretty businesslike and doesn't care about things like brothels too much anyway. More like, I want to know what's happening.
Exactly. I mean, he's her boyfriend. Anybody wouldn't want to know what their boyfriend is hiding from them.
Well, most want.
Most people, sure.
Well, I over the course of my enrollment at the university, in order to make tuition, I've occasionally had to engage in some sales that certain people in the universe, certain professors even, might raise some eyebrows at, although, certainly nothing actually illegal. But it could be enough of a scandal that I wouldn't want you to be implicated in. I think that knowing specifics wouldn't be helpful. This is
I
difficult.
picture him like just talking exactly like this. Like I, uh, I don't think that's so
Up till now, I have striven to keep my business life and personal life separate for your protection. And while I do want you to know I don't want to refuse your request, beyond the fact that it is a matter of sales, I I feel that I need to uh, uh, again be careful about what I disclose for your own protection.
She pulls a little bit of a sour face and says, I can protect myself. But then she breaks into a warm smile and she says, but thank you for being honest with me.
Of course. And, you know, to some degree I was.
This will do for now.
I mean, by no means illegal.
Yes, there's that.
Sure, but like you've disclosed some more about your business still.
Yes.
And that's what she wondered. She didn't expect. She knows Mathers. She didn't expect the whole truth straight away.
Sure.
But he was open to her. That's a big step. So she's definitely she's happy with that.
Okay. Threaded that needle.
Yeah. It was a very thin line.
So yeah, from there I'll just if she has time now, let's go to the brothel.
Sure. So what's the plan exactly? She becomes all like sitting around the table discussing secrets with each other, like planning stuff together, wild stuff.
So let me see. I don't think there's any. I make any like specific plans beforehand. But I do in a very paranoid fashion on the way there. Double back like several times and like time things to be able to duck into crowds. Definitely and like am looking around for tails constantly trying tricks to catch the possibility of a rotating tail, even though that's just ridiculous, but you never know.
Yeah, so like there are a few raised eyebrows when she thinks you're not looking. But like she's very dedicated in helping you. Like she'll go along with whatever you're doing because she feels like she earned a little bit of your trust, and she wants to not reward that. She wants to help you. She doesn't want to betray that trust. So you might kind of get a catch a glimpse of a raised eyebrow here or there, but she's trying to follow your every move when you duck into the crowds and even like comes up with some elaborations on that as well, suggesting like, oh, I know this is a shortcut to this or that that nobody really takes, like stuff like that.
Very cool. And I think at the raised eyebrows, Malthus just pretends he doesn't notice.
I would have expected nothing less.
So, is there like a back door to the brothel? There's got to be, right?
It's a brothel. That's a yes.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll
Back door in a brothel. My imagination.
Not that kind of back door, Mark.
Yes. I'm sure there's plenty of that going on, but okay.
But
So
not by Mathers and Davey just now.
yeah. So we'll go in that way, and do I already know who runs the place?
Make someone up.
Um,
Tell me who runs the place.
how about Desdemona, a she's a has some noble blood, but she's a bastard. Uh, and what other details? Uh,
Can you write down her name?
sure, sure.
Okay.
So many D names.
Yes. Well, D is a good name. Good letter.
Yes.
Especially the brothel.
And I suppose we don't know what to what degree she leverages the straightforward aspect of her business with the possible political advantage or the trading of secrets. But I'm interested to find out. So I'll if she's around, I'll approach respectfully and say, Madam Desdemona, Madam Desdemona, if I may have a moment of your time, I have a bit of a business prospect.
I am always open for business.
Excellent, excellent.
Here, follow me. I'll get Jenny to bring us tea. Or would you like something stronger?
Tea would be fine for me, Davy.
Tea is fine. Tea is fine.
And I know we haven't met before, but if I may perform introductions, Davy, Desdemona, Davy.
Pleasure to meet you. Now I have to play two people who communicate with each other. That's confusing. Would anybody care to play Desdemona or Davy?
I can play Davy if you'd like.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Both of you, please come in. And she brings you into a room with like lavishly pillowed couches and various like small tables, and a girl comes in and brings you tea with cake. And when the girl leaves, she says, "So, a business proposition. What exactly is it that you propose?"
Well, I wouldn't want to make any untoward assertions, but I believe that we may be able to assist each other in of course, mutually beneficial fashion. Yes. I deal in information, and I'm sure that the details of your clients are a closely held secret.
Before you go on, I'm afraid that I don't know what you're hinting at, but I wouldn't want you to make any inappropriate suggestions. We care greatly about the privacy of our customers.
Of course, of course.
So what was it that you were suggesting?
Well, what I would let's speak first about what I may be able to do for you. there are two things. I realized that in the course of your business, uh, there may come times when uh, some of your workers become indisposed, say for a 9 month period. Uh, and
Occasionally.
yes, and I believe that there are certain mixtures available to the university that could assist in that problem that I could make available to you.
If you're talking about wuzzle root, then we already have that, and the girls don't really like it. They use it, of course, except if one of them intentionally or unintentionally forgets it. But unless you have something better to offer than common wuzzle root, we already have something.
There
Okay.
are options that are effective long after Root is not.
Are there now?
Yes. When performing introductions, I should have mentioned that Davy is one of the best and brightest at the university.
And she does like a little seated bow.
So let's see what you know about this subject, Davy. Let me grab Davy here. Ha! Does not yet have anything on this subject, but that's because she doesn't have skills yet. How good do you think Davy would be at this?
Fairly good. Like, making potions was one of her specialties.
Yeah,
Let's-
alchemy was what you had to read a lot of books about alchemy and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, let's call this specific one obscure herb-wise. Because that's
Sure.
interesting if she'd be good at obscure herbs. So what score do you think she'd have? And she can fork in her alchemy, of course.
I would say maybe a 3 or a 4. Definitely at least a 3.
Yeah, I mean, probably just based off of her, opening it with her perception, it's probably a 3 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she has a 4 in it. And she forks in her thing.
Okay. And can I help with alchemy?
Sure. And that makes
Or
it
chemistry?
2. Don't forget to write down that you write down for advancement, depending on the difficulty of the test. No, Eartha. Base obstacle. Actually, no. She is going to spend Eartha on this.
Awesome.
She wants this to work. So, what would the base obstacle be? Reference obstacles. So this is obscure.
Detail obscure is gonna be 4, I think.
Yeah, but this is obscure herb-wise. So for obscure herbs, is this in more or less obscure herb, basically?
I mean, it's already an obscure herb, so if it was just herb-wise, then it would be higher, but it's obscure herbs, so it'd be lower.
Yeah, so maybe up 3 and you can accomplish if you concentrate.
Yeah,
that right?
I'm looking at in skills wises. Rare goods is ob 5, uncommon knowledge is ob 4.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but is this uncommon for obscure?
Ob 3 would be details. Is it uncommon for obscure?
You can roll a die.
Okay.
Actually, it would be uncommon, I think, for obscure. So let's make it a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow!
Bam. Bam, 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 bam,
Bam.
bam.
So good.
I I roleplay good. You knew about herb, and I said it, and it's true.
Definitely, you can describe how it's beneficial over the root the lady mentioned.
And on top of it, having a longer window of opportunity, you could say. It's also tastes better too.
Interesting.
Truffle bark.
She frowns for a moment and she says, I wonder why I haven't heard of this. But
not easy to come by.
It's obscure.
I've
heard less of a body load as well, correct?
Right there.
So, yes, okay. I will discuss this with. I will do some research, but if it all checks out, then I would be interested. What would you require in return?
Well, before we get to that, there is one other thing that I can offer. My specialty is not specifically in herbs and tinctures, but as I said, information and its flow. And I believe that it would not be too difficult for the scuttlebutt within the university to become that your establishment is the finest, that its employees have skills that far surpass those of any rivals in Inray. And
I mean that wouldn't be entirely false, would it? Now.
Oh, of course, but yes. But while that may be a fact, it's not a fact that is currently commonly known throughout the university, and I if we can come to an accommodation, would like to remedy that. What I would need in return is
It's finished.
Yes.
She's back.
Yes. Welcome back. What I would need in return.
It's frozen now. What?
Elsa, can you move?
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, you're not frozen.
It's a bit like
laggy. Yes,
I
definitely see everybody lagging.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll clear up. If not, I'll. There we go. And
back.
Okay, and you're moving. All right.
Yay!
I
didn't do anything, but it works now.
There's a specific client of yours that I have a few minor questions about, and Uh, 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 and I would like to, if possible, establish an ongoing relationship in terms of, uh, again, uh, information that might be useful to my business, but could not be tied back to you. Anything I learned, I of course did not learn here.
She frowns and she says, "Your your offers are very generous, but I'm afraid that it wouldn't do my business any good if my customers did not receive the utmost privacy here. I'm afraid that unless the information you'd like to know is harmless, I cannot help you."
Ah, well, I I suspect that the current matter at hand uh, is harmless or nearly so. And in terms of future dealings, we could make arrangements on a case-by-case basis.
I mean, I don't mind sharing harmless information with you. So who do you want to know something about, and what do you want to know about them?
Shoot. Just 1 second, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I have something I want to do, but I have to wait until like the end of the scene to do it.
Aw.
Very sorry about that. Okay, so, where were we?
So she asked, "Who do you want to know something about, and what do you want to know about them?"
Well, it just so happens that his name is John. John the John.
Well, you probably know his last name as well.
Okay. So what I know already.
Find at least that much.
What I know already is that his visits tend to be longer than one would expect, and perhaps that's just a matter of stamina. But maybe there's an additional detail that could be shared without negatively impacting your business. And again,
she gives a big smile when you mention John, and she says, "Well, that is a request that I can grant.
excellent.
Dark Passion, as we know him here, is one of our more special offerings. That one of our special. How do you say that? I'm failing to English. Basically, he works there.
Oh, okay.
And his stage name is Dark Passion.
Attractions.
I totally
Attractions,
thought
yeah.
that makes, but,
Of course.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it
think
was that, or he had a kid here. I mean,
yeah, I think Davey just kind of like smiles and nods at this discovery.
Well,
I can't tell you much more about him because, well, most of his customers value their privacy. But Yeah, he is here longer than usual because he works here. What was that all?
For now, I think that will do nicely. Thank you. And again, whatever I may or may not have heard about him, I didn't hear here.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right.
Again, thank
All
you.
for
I hope that this is the beginning of a
wonderful friendship.
well, a
Fruitful relationship.
yes, a most productive and mutually beneficial relationship.
She frowns a little. As long as you don't ask me something to do that to ask me to do something that compromises my guests.
Of course, of course. Perhaps in the future something will if uh, information should come up that you think might be useful but would not compromise your guests, uh, please call upon me.
She shrugs her shoulders. Sure, if something comes up.
I'll be in touch.
She nods and she says, Jenny will show you out.
Excellent. Thank you.
So as we get up to leave, Davy walks over to her and like puts a hand on her shoulder and hands her a card and says, I always offer the best prices for ladies in the business. Think of me. And
He
then
nods
just
and says, I will.
pats her on the shoulder again and leaves with Mallers.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
So, and as we walk out, do I want to risk this? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I think as much as I would like to be at the Aeolian, there.
I mean, you could be on another level and look down and be like, wait, let me.
And I mean, the more often you test your resources, the more likely you are to go up a level. Resources is
that is both. That's true, except that if you test them to the point where they're taxed to 0, then they do go down a level, and
It's true.
I'm like staring that in the face. Is there any chance I could quickly do some administrative rejuggling to try to regain liquidity before making the offer to go to the Aeolian? Specifically, the administration skill. The one thing it does is helps refresh taxed resources.
Sure.
Okay. So, for making that test, could I would like to. There's a bunch of things I'd like to look at forking in. Appraisal, law-wise, forgery, Inconspicuous.
You're basically doing anything criminal you can to get back your money.
Yeah.
Lawful and unlawful.
Falsehood. Streetwise. Haggling. I think
Solid,
those.
it's fine.
Hold on. Let me look at recovering tax.
Okay.
So the way you recover taxed dice is by getting a job, which you can fork all kinds of shit into. But the thing with a job is that it takes a resource cycle to do, which is 2 months.
Okay.
I'm
Resources.
happy to say that. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense in any way. No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Don't resources automatically replenish after a resource cycle?
No. Unlike the body, resources don't recover on their own. They must be actively replenished.
Oh wow.
To rejuvenate depleted sources, a character must do work. Get a job. Establish what occupation they are doing, etc. So you need to get a job.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like there's just there isn't going to be time to even attempt to replenish them before. Okay. Never mind then. You kids go on your date. Have fun.
So before you go on your date, I'd like to bring back the beginning of the session and Desi's dream.
Yeah.
Okay,
Desi,
yeah.
Do you discuss this dream with anyone?
Definitely with me,
Or
because you
doing
trust
further
me so much.
research, or like, do you do anything with this?
I
dream?
think I keep an eye on Rav, and I keep an eye out for literal ravens, like actual birds that might be a sign here.
Okay.
But like I don't think she trusts anyone enough to talk to them, or even would have the words to describe the dream to them.
Oh, and can everybody else see Kelsa? I've got a black screen right
I
now.
can see
I
Kelsa.
can see her.
Okay,
You're
and it's on my
frozen for
side.
me, so yeah, you're frozen for me, so.
Okay.
So, keeping an eye on him, do you like follow him around everywhere he
Now
goes?
Kelsa's frozen to me. Oh no, she moves. No, it's okay. You're just not moving. I thought you were frozen.
Sometimes I don't move. Sometimes I
But
just sit here.
It's like
Some here I'm listening.
just
I'm
not moving,
listening
it's
to
like-
Hassa.
but like not moving is one thing, but literally not blinking and all the stuff for like 10 seconds. So I'm like, oh, it's probably
Blinking?
frozen.
Who even does that?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can
People
tell
who
when I
don't
blink
sleep.
because of like
The
the way
Closing
the
eyes.
reflections are on my glasses. Anyway,
If we'd
Yeah,
zoom in
so-
very far, we could see what you're looking at on your computer screen.
But
so I don't
Yeah.
think that she like follows him around so much as keeps an eye out for him. And like if she spots him in the quad or walking between classes or in one of the classes that she has, she's going to be paying particular attention to him. But I don't think that is weird enough that it would like attract notice because she's already kind of the weird person.
Yeah.
And sometimes she just
Her
stares
just
at
sitting
people.
there staring at someone.
It's just totally normal.
Yeah.
For her, at least. So yeah, I think I don't think she would tell anyone, and I don't think that she would. I don't think she would tell anyone, and I don't think that she would go out of her way to follow him around. But at the same time, I think she definitely would be very conscientious of him.
Okay, give me a perception.
Okay, let me.
Ob 1.
So perception or observation?
Perception.
Cool. Perception, no modifiers, no Artha, Ob 1. Got 4 successes.
You notice that he's looking more and more sickly every time you see him. He looks pale, like he's not getting enough sleep. Just yeah.
I think like after like the third or fourth time that I've noticed him to be able to really pick up on the pattern, I think she's finally gonna like go up to him. And maybe it startles him because she always looks like she's really intently doing something. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that what she's really intently doing in this particular case is walking up to Rav and not like past him, maybe it's surprising, but like she walks like right up close to him and then turns and is like
he like I'm just imagining you're in a lecture hall and like the lecture's just over and he just like he grabs his books and like some of them fall off the ground and he just grabs them together in a big bundle and tries to hurry out of the classroom before Desi
and then she's standing like right there
gets to him.
She looks right at him and she's like, "You're very pale."
Yes. I'm late for class. I gotta go, and he just like pushes past her or tries to anyway, and like walks out the door.
She's gonna start following him.
he just looks over his shoulder like a couple of times, and then just like breaks into like a jog, and then like a run.
Does she care enough to follow him at this point? No, I think she's gonna break off and go to the Medico and visit her friend, what is his name? Justin. At Justin Little, a friendly face at the Medico, one of her side friends.
Cool.
And so she's gonna come in and she's gonna say, after like so she's gonna come in and find him like wherever he's like in the middle of working.
Okay, he is currently tending to an older woman who is allergic to cats.
Yeah, so she just kind of like walks in the middle of his like diagnosis or whatever he's helping her with, and is like, "Pleasure to see you as always, Justin." Completely ignoring the woman that's right
there. The woman turns around and like like what are you doing here?
And I think she just completely ignores her, like, and is like, Just I'm worried about someone.
He looks from the woman to you and back to the woman, and he says, Desi, hi. Can you wait like 5, maybe 10 minutes?
I think she sighs and then she looks at the woman and like she's seeing her for the first time and was about to say something, but she stops herself and just nods.
Okay, I'll be with you momentarily.
Yeah, and so she goes out into the hallway to wait for him to come out.
Like 10 minutes later, the woman comes out and Justin comes and says, "Come in. What was it? You were worried about someone?"
And so she nods and she says, this kid Rav, he so pale. Got bad friends, bad friends. They're hurting him. Maybe not physically. Just worried about him. Wouldn't talk to me.
Rav, sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can do about that personally, but maybe and he thinks for a moment, maybe you can talk to. Now I need to look up what the Master of the Medica is called again. That's in places, of course. University. Master Erwil. Maybe you can talk to Master Erwil about this.
Ooh. And like she kind of nods and she's like, and kind of thinks about it for a minute and she's like, I don't know if he likes me.
I can talk to Master Erwil about it for you if you'd like.
Yes. Brilliant. Much better. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I will do that. I have a meeting scheduled with him tomorrow. I will discuss it then.
Yeah, like she like grabs his hands, like both of them, and like shakes them briefly, and says, "Thank you, weighing heavily on me, you know."
Of course.
Yeah. Job done. She's like, "All right, let's go. Get ready for a date."
Actually no, yeah, let's do the date first. Let's do the date.
Well, I got finery, so that's a start.
You can look fancy.
If I go for something like this, I do it accordingly. I've been to a court. I know my manners. I'm a bit skeptical about Desi in that regard, but whatever. That's not why I'm there for anyway. Just going there, trying to convince Desi that everything is fine with me and that she can leave me alone. And
Leave me alone, woman. Leave me alone.
And then everything's gonna be fine. I can go back to my studies that I'm always doing. I need to learn just a la thingy.
We can have some time pass at some point. We definitely should.
It's not about that I want to learn it out of character, but my character is like,
yeah,
there's a serious business here.
I need to get this done. Study.
I don't know how long I will have left. Anyway.
Yeah, because you still have a debt, right?
Hmm?
You still have 2 talents debt.
Do I though?
I have
mean,
it written down, and I didn't erase it.
I think that was the
It was for the first thing at the university, but there's a difference between being taxed and erasing debt. Debt you actually need to pay back actively.
I thought this was like not that, but I let the cycle like this one my cycle pay for it, and now I have this. That's why I am right now in this mess. I need to find information to pay back.
That is true. That is what happened indeed.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be bothering with all this.
That is why you're supposed to spy on Lynn.
That's why I set matters on a random mission that will do nothing.
And then he has to do it all again, but then well, you might find out other interesting things. You know, you know now that John works at a brothel.
The thing is, Matters would probably even be mad because he would have done the same thing. Maybe if he would be in doubt. So
who knows? So let's see. Yeah, the meeting at the Turbine, or not the Turbine, but the Aeolian. Turbine is something else. So does Desi dress up for this?
I don't think she really has any clothes to dress up
or does she
in.
dress up Desi fancy?
Yeah, definitely Desi fancy.
Okay. So I think you have decided to meet outside of Aeolian because Z is paying for all of you. So you meet up there in front at the fountain, and C has brought a guy with her, very tall, dark, handsome guy with a very soothing voice, and he introduces himself as John.
Hey, let's go.
See herself, like, she looks lovely. She put on a white dress that perfectly complements her skin tone. So Mark, could you describe her for me? What does she look like?
Ooh, yeah, I should have thought about it. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Let's just make her slim, not too slim, but slim. Brown hair, a bit of a brown face. I don't know. Middle height, not like. What was the medium height at that?
I don't know. Medium
like,
height.
Yeah, 1,750 or something like this in meters. That's I have no idea what that is in feet and all that. Sorry.
Me neither.
Yeah. Probably the makeup, so can't tell too much about the skin, but obviously light skin, not dark or something like this. Yeah.
Okay. So she's wearing a lovely white dress, which looks wonderful on her, and so we'd established during the break that you met her when you were 7. Do you recognize her?
I mean, it was kind of my job to keep people in my memory, but this is the time before that. Let me flip a coin. Decide this. Yes, for some reason. Okay. Aren't you like D?
Yes. I wanted to surprise you.
Wait, you actually found? Wait, I was on my way on a ship at that point of. How did you even find me?
She smiles a mysterious smile and she says, "It's magic."
I mean, if it's magic, then
She
you
winks at
definitely
you.
come to the
Desi's
right
got
place.
like this huge smile on her face, like this is fantastic.
Like, I would say, yeah, if you come to magic, we are definitely not at the wrong place here.
Come. I reserved a special table for us.
And Desi just
Thank you.
like
By the
kind of
way,
nods and takes John's arm like she was totally here to see him the whole time.
Of course.
By the way, I'm using all my etiquette that I learned and my noble vice, fucking it in.
I feel like Desi is wearing like her normal clothes, but like just with a gaudy amount of jewelry, like 5 or 6 necklaces that are all different styles and clash with each other, and like a hat that has like a bunch of different fake flowers pinned on it, and like multiple rings and like bangle bracelets like halfway to her elbow.
Yeah,
I
mean, I'm like, hopefully nobody sees me with that. No.
She's got like a belt that has like a bunch of like jingle things hanging off of it, like a belly dancer's belt, but not quite, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So, like John is the perfect gentleman. He says in his low, like deep voice, "You look wonderful." Desi, right?
She just nods.
And he takes your arm and leads you up, following Z and Levi to like the highest ranks of the Aeolian, where there's these very romantic tables,
Private booths.
And Z
very private.
Says, I took the liberty of ordering a salmon. I remembered that you used to like that. And she smiles at you, Levi.
How very considerate of you. I like back to my polite, reserved etiquette manner. Like my surprise. I'm like, okay, I know this girl is probably noble, so I will have to act accordingly. This is maybe this is a bit as a surprise for Desi. Like,
yeah, I don't
why
think that
why
I've
he's
seen...
like this fancy right now.
I think this is definitely like every single thing that comes out of your mouth, there's the little pop-up of Desi will remember this. Like, you showing up looking like a nobleman, like, Desi will remember this. You having impeccable manners, Desi will remember this. You like salmon, Desi will remember this.
Yeah, the thing
you
is,
and Z knew each other as children, Desi will remember this.
You know, I might be a bit worried that Desi might get me into trouble in the university and with my group here, but I'm even more worried if it's a noble girl like denounces me or is problematic. So I think like, well, this is an awkward situation, but let's just go for the route I should take, because it's the mannerful one.
This is so good because I feel like Desi wants to steer the conversation to like get Levi and Z to like reminisce about their childhood together without it being like, so Levi, tell me all about yourself, you know. But basically she's my goal is to like engineer a conversation where it's gonna seem like it's Z's idea to talk about this, you know.
That's gonna be tricky.
I know.
I think it would be it wouldn't be so tricky if it weren't for the whole must be obscure in everything you say thing.
Well, I think that makes it easier, because if I was being straightforward, then it would be obvious, right?
I mean, it makes it easier not to be caught. It makes it a lot harder to get someone to do what you want.
I guess that's true. So yeah, I just cannot be straightforward. That's what I have to, and maybe, I mean, I can always play against it, because it's just my instinct. I can always play against that. So actually,
question, by the way, Brad, would you care to play John?
All right.
John is supposed to be the silent type, so just inject something when you feel like injecting.
Yeah, I probably he's like pretty professional.
Does
Definitely he's a professional seductor. I mean, we already established that.
Definitely professional something. I mean, does Levi recognize him as well, by the way?
I mean,
yeah,
actually,
you would.
Yeah.
Also,
this is gonna
the
be
question
awesome.
is, did Mathers tell Levi yet? Is by this point has Mathers told Levi, or like put the note under his door, that John is a hooker?
Wait,
sure. I think the way the note was phrased is the person you were asking about is employed in the flesh trade.
So we actually...
Not, not mentioning specifically where, but giving the, that probably the pertinent information.
So we actually, I figured this we both try each other to get into awkward situations without being obvious about it now. This is like, and we are both having the most interaction with the person we should have the least interaction with, probably.
So
Perfect.
So yeah, I think I think Desi may go against her instinct here and actually speak plainly, but I think she's going to invite Z to maybe they should go powder their noses,
Sure, we'll be right back.
And when they reach the privacy
what do you think of him?
Room. Yeah, she nods and she says, "Oh, been quite enough so far. I like it." and then she's like, "Seems like you and Levi go back a ways."
Yeah.
Bet getting him to talk about your time together would get him to open up to you.
She looks at you. So, like, are you trying to hide that you're really the one who wants the information?
Yes, I'm trying to make it seem like I'm giving her friendly advice on how to get closer to him now, instead of like, I want you to pump him for information. I'm like, why don't you get him to open up to you? That'll be a good way for you guys to get,
Oh no! That's probably the exact same thing Desi would be mad about Levi if he would be doing that.
Right?
The hypocrite is over the roof right now.
I'm pretty sure like we could probably just like subtitle this "We're all hypocrites." I mean, I'm pretty sure that all of us are hypocrites, like super duper big hypocrites, like all of the player characters, even.
That's making it so awesome.
It's just business.
Really nice. Nice twist. Yeah. Not all these always straightforward, idealistic characters, or that they have just one goal and they're just heading straight forward to it. But no, we are all human beings, and we are all a little bit an asshole.
exactly. So
A
yeah,
bit more.
this is definitely a lie.
Yeah.
But
So that's falsehood.
okay. I am competent at that.
That is
I
useful.
would like to. Um, I would like to fork in astrology because I did my homework on this date already.
Okay.
And so my last die is my astrology die. If it winds up a 6 or a 1, I have to re-roll it. What is my obdelight here?
Huh. That would be her perception or versus. No, hold on here. You get advantage because the lie is believable.
Awesome.
I'll notice the will of the character you are deceiving. I think she has a pretty high will.
Okay.
I imagine Levi sitting at a table, barely couldn't hold himself together, like
5, I think.
I is thinking about how to ask a conversation without John, without using his ammunition for later on in the conversation.
I don't have any persona, so I can't spend any here. So let's just hope I get lucky because I've got 5 dice and a base odds of 5. So
let's go.
Oh man.
Right.
Wow.
Well, if you're gonna fail with style.
Apparently.
You get a difficult test.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on, I need to write down where Z. Where is she? A will of 5.
Wow. I just Yahtzee. Not even that. It's 4 3s and a 2.
Yep. Wouldn't it be nice if this would have been grayscale?
I still wouldn't have passed the test though.
True. But you wouldn't have failed so fabulously.
I failed amazingly. This is a huge failure.
So, she looks at you and she says, "You know, maybe it's a better idea if you and John take separate tables from Levi and me. But you know, I wouldn't want to interrupt on your evening."
Yeah, I think she kind of frowns, but nods her head, and when they go back to the table, she will move over like by one table, still really close by.
Before that happens, I just keep some random kind light conversation with John.
Yeah, I trust you.
Keep it natural.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as they're both back. So by the way, what are you working? What is your what is your job, John? I'm really interested. You're so well mannered. One could think you're noble or like on a court or something.
Oh well, thank you. Well, that is the thing about nobility. Jobs become less necessary. I trust you've had a good semester so far, yes?
Well, I mean, one is not about to brag.
It wouldn't be untoward. Please, go on. I'm very curious.
This is a perfect moment to make a pass at Levi based off. Don, where is Levi? Levi had something to do with being noble. or not being seen as such.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the mark of nobility.
Yeah, so Levi is officially noble, but he's not noble-born noble. So a lot of nobles don't consider him as such. So if you wanted to make a pass at him, that would be an area you could do it on. Up to you. You don't have to. You're John. You choose.
Yeah, I think what John really wants out of this current exchange is to change the subject.
Fair enough. And C smiles at John and said, Desi asked for some privacy. Would you mind? And gestures to the next table.
Oh, and he's all, oh, of course. Good evening.
Yeah,
evening.
and Desi will move over there.
I can't like this like this really small movement of.
And Desi makes sure that she's sitting in the chair closer to your guys' table. Her back may be towards you, but she's like definitely in the prime eavesdropping position.
Sure. I mean, it's not as much Z forbidding you from listening in. She just wants to stop you from interfering or make it harder for you to do so.
No, I get that. I think it makes perfect sense.
So, yeah, like C is trying to do anything she can to make the evening pleasant for you. She wants to actually she wants you to enjoy the evening.
I appreciate that.
So she's ordered the thing she knew you liked as a kid. I don't know if you still like it, but she knew that you, particularly from the fish that on the ship, that you liked the salmon more than other things, and like she's being a delight basically. So the main question is she being successful, and I am not sure how when a NPC is trying to get a PC to do something, how that works in Burning Wheel. Does anybody know?
No, not really.
Because I haven't explicitly read anything about it. I might have read it and forgotten, but I don't think I read it in the first place.
I'm not sure. Like, I feel like maybe maybe they could make a rule too. Maybe it's a question of what. I don't know. It's a good question. Interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
something. I think they
Reddit.
roll too, because at least in things like Jewel of Wit, they roll. But I think maybe we could make it something like a Jewel of Wit, where at the stakes of the Jewel of Wit are: did you genuinely enjoy the evening or not?
Yeah, I mean that would work. I do have what's it called, rapier, which helps me in some way in a duel of wits. I don't know really what it was, but
Yeah, and what they say about Jewel of Wits is that it's an argument, not mind control. So, like, you agree on a certain, like, they get their way, which may be, a second date or whatever, but you don't have to agree. So you still have autonomy about how Levi really feels. You can decide, of course, that makes that Levi enjoys the evening or likes her. But it can also just be that you're trying not to upset her and that you agree to do something with her again.
yeah. I mean, basically, I'll probably not deny her anyway because it's like it's bad manners to do that like openly in...
Yeah, but But I want to see where this goes. I want to see if this has an effect on Levi. If you'd rather not do it using a duel of wits, that's fine too. But
I mean, I am not really into that. I have no idea what is required of me to do, or what
that's
it really
fine. That's
does.
fine. I can explain it to you.
Yeah, but I can't know if I
Yeah, of
think it's
course.
a good thing or not.
So the Duel of Wits is a system that's mainly used for having an argument or like a vocal duel. So when you want to convince someone of something, you'd for instance use it when you'd be called to the masters and accused of committing some kind of a crime, and you're trying to convince them that you actually didn't commit the crime.
A duel
Something
of
like
wits
that.
is designed to simulate a debate and argument. The speaker convinces an audience of the merits of his point. It is not designed to change a single player's or character's opinion. While
Okay.
it is possible, that is not the goal.
I mean, we could just make it a seduction or a persuasion roll or something like this.
Sure, but the thing with the Duel of Wits is that it's not one skill. It's based off seduction and persuasion and whatever. What you do is you decide beforehand your next 3 actions. Are you going to hold on, try to avoid the topic, for instance, by speaking about something completely different? Are you going to make a point by being like, hey, you should agree with me on this, or, you know, in this case, probably more of a direct flirt? Are you going to dismiss, so that in this situation would be something like using your etiquette to avoid having to flirt back? Are you going to, well, something along those lines? Are you going to deny?
I'm curious, is there something specific that Levi wants out of this interaction?
Basically, right now it's just like, well,
That is a good point.
It's the main danger has been banned, not completely, but it's on the way. I mean, I would probably just avoid talking too much, giving too much information to Desi and everything else. I mean, if it's nice, why would I insist on making it not nice? I mean, I might be serious, but if I'm not studying, if I'm here anyway, I might as well enjoy myself.
Yeah,
and
so
also I need to think about etiquette and be a fine gentleman, and maybe getting even one more connection that will help me in the future.
yeah, so what she's trying to do is let's start by something else actually. What she's trying to do is she's trying to get you to be romantically interested in her. Or at least interested enough to in the future become romantically interested in her. To just to spark first interest, I guess. So like, how does Levi feel about that? Would he just do that? Would he just be like, see?
I think he would be more like, well, let's just play along for now and see how this goes, and a passing opportunity either to deny or to go along with it further will show itself soon enough.
Yeah, so like, what do you think she would have to do to achieve a spark of genuineness, a spark of interest in her?
I mean, she
more than I'm just here to do my job as it is entitled to me by social rules.
No, the thing is, the first thing she probably already has done. She has banned Desi from the table, which is a pleasant surprise. Like, wow, I didn't think she would have caught on that, that openly, and would act accordingly. That's something like, okay, that's nice. I can like that. I mean, probably something that he could relate with, probably, which is hard because it's
Yeah, she's
kind
not
of.
very relatable. To Levi, anyway.
I mean, its problem is I think things like this come better naturally than like phrasing it beforehand, because in any way it will feel awkward or inaccurate. It's always a lot about phrasing too, and how certain things are done. But maybe I'm just
Okay.
trying too
Well,
hard
instead
to
of
do.
a duel of wits, we could also just have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
up
good
to you.
too.
Like, a duel of wits is really when there's some some pulling of the ropes going on, like where one people's on one person pulling and the other person is on the other side of the rope pulling.
Yeah, that's probably not happening here.
Trying to get something to go one way or the other. Whether that might be very friendly pulling of the rope, but there needs to be that tension. So it may be more applicable if Levi is at least already pleasantly surprised by her sending Desi to another table, that to just let it progress naturally.
Yeah, I mean that could work. Maybe you could make it do a little bit if we talk about the past or something, but I don't think that.
I think she'll avoid that.
Yeah, she'll avoid it anyway, because I mean, I as a character I probably won't know, but there will be pulling from her side in that anyway. So yeah, let's just go ahead.
So she asked, like, what are you doing these days? I know you're studying at the university, but what subjects are you focusing on?
Well, right now I'm trying to learn the LR, which will enable me to art called sympathy. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Of course. I'm enlisting soon myself as well.
Ah, how interesting. And when will you start here at the university? With the next term?
Yeah, basically.
Have you already decided where you want to stay?
I have a room in Imre right now. I haven't looked at premises on the university grounds yet, but I suppose I'll have to, since it's a little while of a walk to do that every day.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll just probably give her some information about which places to avoid and which are generally as well recepted, and which are affordable, and which are extra expensive, and all I know about that, like trying to give her a good start at university.
Cool. Thanks. I'll look into that. So, sympathy. You want to become a sympathist?
There's a lot I want to become, but yeah, that's one of the things that sparked my interest. That's what I focus most on right now. I see that a lot of people are already familiar with it, and it's extra motivation if some people already know everything about it, and you're just new here and can't really do anything. So
Yeah, sympathy is nice, but I think I'm more into alchemy and naming, of course.
who is not into naming, but there's so much
Wise people.
mystery about it.
I guess.
They won't really talk too much about it, our professors.
I don't think naming is something you're supposed to talk about. You're more
Yeah.
supposed to feel it. You know what I mean?
You certainly do know. You certainly do seem to know what you mean, and do you know a bit more about naming? It certainly seems that way.
Oh, not very much.
Certainly more than I do,
But I
because
wouldn't care to talk about me.
well, why not?
Very well. I don't know, like naming's not something you can explain, you know. It's something you need to taste and smell and you know, like the fish. I can't tell you the name of the fish. You need to eat the fish.
I mean, I could say some, but that's not what you mean. From what I understand. You mean
She giggles and she says, "You're funny."
You mean this individual fish, right? This one only unique fish.
Not necessarily. I mean, things are only as unique as they are, you know. How do you like the wine?
Oh, it's a really fine wine. It's like, can I taste where it's from with my noble wise? But probably or my etiquette.
There's probably there's already beer appraisal, so there must be something like wine appraisal as well.
Okay.
Or tasty food wise or something like that.
Okay, I don't have that. It's a really fine wine. Did you order it specifically?
Oh no. I just had. Now I need to remember what the purveyors of the Aeolian are called.
Oh, what are they?
But I don't think I have that written down.
I mean, that's some very specific information.
I bought paperback copies of the
Deok
books.
and Stanchion.
Yes, that's it.
Oh no. Stanchion recommended it to go with the fish.
Oh. Well, he seems to know what he's doing.
Definitely.
I mean, I out of character, it's probably good, but because I can't taste, but I just suppose it is because it would fit into the setting.
It is. That's good
Okay.
wine. Yes. It was very nice of Desi to suggest this place. If she wouldn't have, I would have. So in the meantime, how are things going between Desi and John?
Yes, please. Like they're only sitting there and saying nothing. Desi more like it.
I think that John is coming from a place where the information he has is that despite Z paying for the whole thing, Desi has gone forth and said, "Oh, let's do things separately now." So he isn't going to mention the rudeness of that, but is instead reaches across the table and takes Desi's hand and says, "I'm so glad that you suggested this. I've heard so many interesting things about you, that you are a bit of a prophet, do you have any good news for me? And that last part he says, it's sort of halfway between a joke and a come on.
I think that she's really like busy paying attention to the conversation happening at the other table and just kind of nods without really listening to what he's saying.
Poor John.
Like whatever he just said was over her head, and she just kind of nods as she's like listening to the conversation going on between Z and Levi, and like totally does not. I figure that it's obvious enough that he picks up that she's zoned out.
So I think he.
She's not trying to hide that, I think.
Yeah. He gives her hand a little squeeze, and with a smile says, "Oh, are you seeing something right now?"
And I think the little squeeze like brings her back to the moment, to the table instead, like this table instead of that table. And she shakes her head and says, "Not seeing."
I mean, I can think of two ways this will end out. Like, first is like, okay, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and I just get my money and everything's good. Or the other way is like, stop right there. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't work like this. And then let's leave it. I'm doing my best job, but this is unworkable.
I think what Desi would do is to give him such a vague and puzzling answer that he's thinking about it for the rest of the evening, or tries to do that anyway.
Yeah, like I think that's about right. Like when she when Kelsa can talk, I'll start over. Okay. Yeah, I think she kind of nods and says, "Not everything I see is seen with my eyes."
Oh, really? So, what are you feeling right now?
Music, people.
I see music. Nice. That's Desi.
Anyone I know?
She kind of glances over the side of the balcony at where there's literal music. And doesn't actually say anything.
Let's see. So, the the music here right now is of course very beautiful.
I thought you were a quiet type.
Of course.
Of
Please.
course. It's like
I certainly don't want to monopolize the conversation. Please, tell me more about yourself. Because I mean that's what John has been trying to do the whole time is trying to draw you out, without like talking too much, but it's just not going very well.
She's
Yeah,
always
John
been like,
probably received like instructions beforehand from from Z. She likes like quiet people.
and like every time he says something, she gives like a very short answer, and then it's quiet for like 5 minutes, and then he's
Yeah,
like, I
well-
can't do this, and then says something, but like she's always like smiling politely and vaguely looking in his direction, and seems to be pleased with his company, but is just like not chatty.
Yeah, and like John is not about to let 5 minutes go by without anything being said, even though he doesn't he doesn't want to talk too much. So it's like, come on, just okay. One more question.
Yeah. And I think she has every time she says stuff, it's like really quiet because she doesn't want to like. She wants to be able to hear what's going on. She's still like actively eavesdropping. So like all of her responses are very quiet because she doesn't want to talk over herself. Like, so I don't know, that might be an opportunity for John to like move closer to hear her better or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know what his opinion of her is. Like, this question may be for Hasa of like why he's along for the ride. Was he paid for the services? Had he expressed interest in Desi?
Not
was
so
he
much,
just available?
Not so much paid as he's doing Z a favor, and he's I mean he's certainly dedicated to his job in the sense that he will express genuine interest in the people unless they turn out to be jerks.
Right.
But he wants to do a good job at it.
Yeah, I think that.
But he's initially here because he's doing Z a favor.
I guess what I'm. How do I put this? If he's like how much he actually cares about the date going well, or if it's just
that's
like
up to Brad.
I'm doing a
decide
favor
that.
here.
I think that
And also like if he knows her, like her reputation of being a misunderstood fortune teller, like if that has any bearing on his opinion, because she has a one die famous reputation of being a fortune teller around the school, and also a one die infamous reputation of being misunderstood. So I don't know how those balance against each other for you.
yeah, I think that he is genuinely curious. The sort of flirting aspect of his demeanor is more reflexive and more and sort of like practicing useful skills. But he does actually want to draw her out. That is something that is relatively important to him, at least for at the very least for his own comfort.
Okay. Yeah. I think that she's not really good at she's good at reading people, but also not good at reading people at the same time. I don't know. I don't think that there is a skill per se. Oh no, there definitely is, and she definitely doesn't have it. I want to make a roll for it though. I'm going for soothing platitudes to basically be able to say the least to make him comfortable with a companionable silence. If that makes sense. And I would like to test that so that I can start to open it. If that would be all right with everyone,
Sure.
if you believe that's an appropriate skill here, and if it makes sense to roll it. Here we go, soothing platitudes. It is will-based. Okay, what is my ob here? Based obstacle is victim's will.
No, Brad.
Yes?
You finished, Brad, but
Oh,
you're back.
okay.
Still frozen for me, but okay. What is John's will?
Probably not super high.
Well,
No, probably not.
if it's
John got created this session. If you have a suggestion, let me know.
I'm thinking 3.
Okay.
3 makes sense, which means that this is going to be pretty much impossible, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
1-6. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend a fate on that.
One day this fate will be worth it.
Hope so.
Oh.
Wow.
Aha.
5 out of 6. Darn, so close. Oh well. Well, GG, everybody. So yeah, I think that she winds up. I feel like this means that she winds up involved in a really awkward conversation. Because her goal, more than anything, was to get him to shut up so she could listen better. So maybe he does succeed in drawing her out a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's very much interested in talking about, whatever it is that.
Only Brad is to me.
Red, yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear you, but you're frozen.
Frozen. Okay.
You're still corner of your screen.
Okay. Let me
Intensely.
do that. And did that help? Did I fix it? And I'm back? Okay, cool. So I think that John is sort of trying to at least probe to find out what Desi might be interested in talking about. And then he'll keep on feeding questions to draw that out. So I mean, if it's not about,
I feel like maybe she'll tell him about the dream that she had. Like, I don't know, that feels interesting to me. As they're, I mean, because he kind of like bridged on that, and I think maybe it will come back around, and she'll just like quote verbatim the dream as she remembered it, and she's like, I heard drums. Soft, sometimes deafening, and saw a man with a cloak of silence and a mask of pain. He was riding a horse black as coal, and a black raven followed him. The raven was screaming. And then there was a boy on an empty dance floor, just him and that man and this boy. They danced.
And I think you actually do, with that, get John to shut up for a minute, as he like ponders it, and I think maybe he should do a roll here because he wants to like engage with the that symbology and see if he has any insights.
Sure. I imagine that would be beginner's luck.
Okay. Slashar.
Unless John has a hidden side that I didn't know of him, but.
Well, I mean, he's enrolled at the university.
True.
But I mean, beginner's luck is fine with me. What would his perception be?
He has perception. Let's see. I imagine he has a decent perception because he needs to be able to read people. Which also makes sense since his will is low. So that gives more points for perception. So let's make that a 6.
Okay. So 3 successes? But with a I don't know what the obstacle is.
So I believe the obstacle was 8, something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
What obstacle did you get, Kelsa?
It
was an open roll.
It was an open roll, yeah. So so you got
you
3, so you only
little.
get half, which is like 1. Because
yeah.
I think I got 3 on mine to learn as much as I could. But
so you probably understand. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
I think.
But then you're not sure if it's Rav who's in trouble or up to something bad, or yeah, not very good is what you get from it.
I'm sorry, Desi. I've been treating you like your gift is all fun and games when obviously everyone dies in the end. Looking into the future is probably often a dark place.
This huge smile on her face. Everyone dies at the end, like, and she kind of nods, like,
this guy gets me.
Not so bad after all, John.
Rather than dwelling on dark matters, perhaps you'd like to dance? Totally.
Oh man. I think she smiles again and says, maybe next time.
Okay, well, if you're not in the mood, that's okay. Yeah, some other time maybe.
So at that point, I think like the music starts in the Aeolian and everybody becomes quiet and various like magnificent artists play and sing songs that these people are amazing. Like there's the occasional person that slips up, but in general, like, if you didn't know the meaning of music before, you know it now.
And I just looked at the time.
We're 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like I feel like it like that the TV show of this is like that is the moment where we just cut over to the band, and then there's like an interlude of just watching music before the credits roll.
Yeah. I think so too. I was planning to use this as a way to wrap up this scene, but I didn't realize that meant wrapping up the game as well.
Well, I just happened to glance up at the clock, and I was like,
Oh. Yeah.
Damn it! Why can't we go on? I love this game.
Yeah. And it's been too long.
yeah, it definitely has been.
But yeah, it's like 2:20 here. So I think that this is that at this exact time, it is the time that I should ask you, Kelsa, what stuff are you doing on the internet?
Here, brace yourselves.
Hello, I'm Kelsa. If you like my face, you can see more of it. I'm on a lot of shows where I play role-playing games. I love this game because I love Burning Wheel, a system, and I love Name of the Wind and the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. It's amazing. So this game has a special place in my heart, but so do all the other games because I am just a masochist like that. So you can find me here, RPGlory's channel, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. All of my times are in Pacific because that's my time zone. It makes it easy for me. On Thursdays, I play with Misclicks on a Apocalypse World game called Countdown. That is at 6 p.m. Pacific. I gotta get my times right. On
That is
Fridays,
so cool.
I play over on AP Gaming Reels channel, where we're playing Mouse Guard. The Guard Prevails, and that's pretty cool. Although this week we're gonna be taking a break and be playing Moto Bushido, which is a card game about samurais on motorcycles, and that's gonna be fun. Little one shot. So then I'm on 2 shows on Saturdays. 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm on Eric Vulgaris' channel where I play in a game of Blades in the Dark called Never Sunny in Dustfall. And at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm back over at AB Gaming Reels channel where we play Chromeblood The Sprawl, which is a cyberpunk game. Then on Mondays, more Blades in the Dark over at Tuxer Domus' channel, once again 5 p.m. Pacific, where I am the GM of that game. Previously, I ran a game of Blades in the Dark here, and somewhere in the murkiness that is YouTube's history, there should be VODs of that. Right, Brad? I'm not lying.
I'm sorry. Yes.
That there's some Shroud of Diania VODs up there. That you guys can watch.
Yes.
Like Blades in the Dark.
It's not up to date, but I will definitely be filling in more in the coming days and weeks.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. That's all the things that I currently do, except random streams of me yelling at Overwatch when I get the chance, but there's no set schedule for that, so.
All right.
Oh yeah, follow me on Twitter at Kelsa.
Yes.
All the things. There we go. Did it, guys.
Okay. And Hassa, thanks again for running. It was a lovely time.
I enjoyed this as much as you guys, maybe more.
Do either you or Mark have any shoutouts?
Me?
No.
I don't have a shout out.
Come back next week.
Yeah, next week. It's okay. It was.
Join us for more burning dating.
Yes. So let me see. I will be back on Saturday, attempting to.
Hold on. Before we end this session, shouldn't we do fate and stuff?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Let's do that.
We should. Thank you for remembering. I would have forgotten.
You go on talking about what you do elsewhere, and then I go look up the fate section of the book.
Okay. So I'll be back on Saturday around 9 p.m. For Hacking Infinity, which is me attempting to put together a powered by the apocalypse hack that's sort of a post singularity sci-fi sci-fi thing. Very very early stages. On Sunday around 4 p.m. I'll be playing some good old D&D 5e with some intrigue. And then we'll be back next week for more dating sim.
Well, I believe next week we are going to look at what happens to Rav. So I'm not sure that that is fairly dating sim appropriate. But
Yeah.
who knows? He might might develop a love interest, or get some kind of horrible fate.
Or Mathers might poison him. I don't know.
I mean, Mathers may not need to poison him at this point. I mean, he may already be being poisoned.
Who knows?
True. Well, that's the thing. He doesn't look well, but he's been, he's at the very least an inconvenience, possibly a problem. So if he just goes the rest of the way and gets some help that in terms of shuffling off the mortal coil, that could be a thing.
Yep.
Although it would suck to get blamed for all of his ill health by fucking up. So I don't know. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna
We'll
try that
see.
or something else.
Okay.
Don't worry. Something will come back. I've already rolled the dice, and we'll see what happens at the start of next session.
Well.
So fate points. Fate points are earned for manifesting the character's beliefs in a convincing and entertaining manner. Entertaining doesn't mean funny. We all enjoy a good dramatic performance.
It doesn't necessarily mean funny, right? Or is it?
This award is given when playing a belief serves a purpose and drives the game forward. So let's do beliefs for everybody. Desi, did you manifest your character's belief in a convincing and entertaining manner?
I think so. First one I did not. The second one I did not because the first one I did not because it is about magic and I didn't really touch on that very much. The second one I did not because it's about Lynn and
Lynn wasn't here.
Lynn wasn't here. The third one I definitely did. I do not trust Levi and I will find out more about his past.
Definitely.
I think I was playing that up a lot.
Wait, I didn't feel anything about that. Come on.
And I don't think that I resolved that belief per se in a way that would be satisfactory. I think I just worked towards it. So one fate there.
Okay, Mothers. How about you?
So the university's vast knowledge is being completely wasted. I will use it to gain influence in Imre's criminal underground with no one the wiser. I think I have worked on that.
I think so. You tried to get some business done in the brothel.
Yeah. There may have been limited success on that work, but I worked on it. The second one I didn't really touch on at all. Desi and Lynn are exceptional sympathists. I will gently encourage them to explore their talents in a way that is profitable to me. Soon. The third one is Levi is a kindred soul. I will find out whether he can be trusted to join my business. I'm not sure. Like I definitely put a lot of effort into getting him something that I thought he wanted towards that goal.
I mean, you delivered something great. Like, Levi is probably telling his grandchildren about this if he has ever won. Like this one time when this crazy girl wanted to bring him in an awkward situation, and somebody got a hooker for her actually to go out with her.
Yeah, I think attempting to pursue that belief pushed the plot forward. So I think maybe a fate there.
Okay. Levi, how about
Yes. I will die before breaking my loyalty.
you? I mean, Lynn wasn't really here.
It's not about Lynn. It's about Conrad.
Right. Yes.
And
Didn't really do anything with Spice.
no, it's related to the whole situation, but it didn't come much into play. The higher you get, the better the air. I will learn magic to climb further. I don't know. Maybe the thing like, come on, do I really have to go with you there? I need to study.
I think so, and I think also the fact that you're making a point of not screwing up relationship with Noble Girl.
Yeah, true. That's got established after that even. Yeah. So I mark fate there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you do.
Okay.
Instincts.
Wait,
Fate
I
points.
have the Lin one, and yeah, all the situation is basically revolving around her, like with the matters, everything he's doing, like. But I mean that was probably last session already, so.
Well, I mean, if it comes again this session, that's I mean that's fine too. So what's the one with Lynn? Exactly.
Lin
How's
is
it worded?
wonderful, and I will not hurt her.
So I feel like this was more of a case of your instincts coming into play here, because you didn't spend time on finding out information for anybody or to help anybody with. You spent mostly time trying to test out things. So
Yeah.
I feel
Fair
like
enough.
that's more a case. I
Yeah.
feel like you more played on your instinct than anything else.
That's true. So should I go ahead with my instincts, or do we go the same?
Sure, but let me read out a bit. Fate points are earned for playing instincts when such play gets the character in trouble or creates a difficult or awkward situation. So, have your instincts gotten you into trouble or made the situation difficult or awkward?
Yes, definitely. If in doubt, don't give away true information. Like this, this whole John thing is like.
I totally.
If trouble comes, I disappear. I haven't that one, and the other one. Okay, so this one only.
Okay. And for my instincts, I definitely didn't get into trouble from always blending in. But when asked personal information lie, I don't think I got into trouble, but it was awkward.
Well, awkward counts.
Okay.
I mean, did we do something that wasn't awkward this session?
Those were your instincts, Brad?
Yes, just those two.
Okay, Kelsa. Did you have a third instinct?
No, I only have two.
We should make a third at some point.
Yeah.
You should.
I should.
You should. So Desi never speaks plainly, and I think that that may have definitely caused some awkwardness. It also worked in her favor, but I think it may have also worked against her here.
In which situation specifically?
When she was trying to when she was trying to get Z to pump Levi for information for her, she didn't just come out and say, please do this for me. She had to like lie about it and make it more complicated than it had to be.
Fair enough. I'll grant you that.
It did mess things up for you.
It kind of did. Always consult the stars before beginning an endeavor and have my divining device on me at all times. I don't think that caused me any interesting problems. And no one has offered her sweets or chocolate.
Oh.
Damn it, John, you're a terrible date.
Yeah, you could have done that. Like that one is so hard. Like I have ideas for that. How to turn that into something.
I'm not changing it. It's to stay there forever.
Oh no, I have ideas for that. But you know, it's something that like somebody's not randomly gonna be like, "Hey, if you do this for me, I'll give you sweets."
No, but it may be a situation where we're not supposed to accept any food, or this may by accepting this, it may be poisoned, or this might be tacitly agreeing to do something that maybe she was not aware of or doesn't want to do.
Yeah, keep it. Sooner or later... sorry.
I'm really looking forward to when it bites me in the ass.
Yeah. Sooner or later, Mathers will find out that you have this sweet tooth, and he will bribe you ruthlessly.
Perfect. Yeah, that's my instincts.
Okay. Traits. Fate Eartha can be earned for using traits, but only if invoking that trait alters the direction of the story in an unforeseen way or makes life difficult for the character. Kelsa.
I don't think any of my traits came up in that manner. Disturbed, long fingers, missing digit, gifted, touch of ages, misunderstood, and well-traveled. I don't think any of them were particularly game changers here.
I feel like this may have, like, something that Desi did was tell John about her dream, which may have something to do with with who she is, which definitely changed the story. So that'd be something, if you can tie it to a specific trait, that I would consider as
I would think maybe misunderstood. I don't know if that would be appropriate. In that, like, his response to that was like, well, you know, that's bad news and everybody's gonna die. And she's like, yes, we are all going to die.
Close enough. I'll take it.
Okay, sweet. Or disturbed for that same kind of interaction, either way. I think.
True. Okay. Mothers.
So let me see. Rabble Rouser definitely didn't come up, and I'm playing against it anyway. Drunk didn't happen. I do have.
If only you'd gone to the AO.
I know. I too risky. I am both paranoid and mercenary. Those are pretty questionable, but you know, they're I think close enough to mention, even if I'm not actually pushing for them. Like
maybe
like
I'm not sure. Like, maybe the fact that you try to give Desi as little information, or not Desi, Davy as little information as possible. I'm not sure if that exactly fits.
Yeah, I'm okay with it not. Because I didn't really get in trouble with it. I mean, if she hadn't been satisfied with it, then sure.
No, but it altered the story. It did like form the story. I feel like it did.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be in trouble, right? It's when it pushes the story into an
Unexpected
unforeseen
direction.
way or makes life difficult for the character.
Okay, cool. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, Levi, how about you?
So my traits. Yeah, I don't think any of them really came into play because I forgot about them and didn't use them. I probably would have used charismatic in all this, but I forgot about
Possibly.
And driven, yeah, could have come into play too, but however, I forgot about traits old session and didn't even realize that they
I don't know.
except rapier wit, but
I think driven came into play. With you being like, I have to study.
Yeah. And I could see charismatic. Like you went along with and to some degree encouraged Z, which
Which
could
I didn't expect.
yeah, which did kind of bring the plot forward and could bite you in the ass.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I thought you have to use the traits to actually get something out of
No. They need to come up in play in the sense that you need to play them out.
Okay.
So you
Fair
don't
enough.
actually have to use the because not all of the traits that you have are die traits. Like some of them are just also, hey, this is your characteristic. They don't have an actual effect on play aside from like giving you fate.
I mean, they do.
Some of them do.
Yeah, those
But
two,
not
for
all of them.
example. But
yeah. But I mean, not all of them do, and those that don't, they still give you fate.
Okay.
And those that do give you fate, even if you only play them out and don't actually use them. So that's fine.
Okay.
So you get 2 fate points there. I don't think anybody stopped the table dead with humor.
Not this session.
And I don't think there was a right skill, right time thing to keep the story moving.
Yeah.
Maybe Kelsa with Omenwise for the dream.
I mean, I had it, but I don't think I would have necessarily. I don't know.
I feel like it's a fairly obscure skill, and I feel like having it in this situation allows you to do things that not everybody else can do, and to interpret this kind of dream. And of course, if you don't have Omenwise, you can try it with beginner's luck. But
yeah, I definitely agree with you there. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody else has Omenwise, and could have determined the origin of this dream. So I'm not gonna turn down Artha.
You can have a fate point.
I like that. Okay.
The persona. When a player captures the mood of the table perfectly and further drives the story onwards, 1 persona point is awarded. Moments like great speeches, desperate decisions, or gruesome revenge fall into this category. I think there was some good role-playing, but I'm not sure if it's really embodiment-worthy.
Okay.
Put my finger in my glove.
True. Does anybody feel that somebody else should get this?
Not that I can really think of.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really cool role playing.
Yeah, definitely.
But nothing that was just
like, yeah, nothing that was like, oh yes, that's the persona.
Moldbreaker. If a player comes to a point in the story where his beliefs, instincts, and traits conflict with the decision he must make, a direction in which he must go, and he plays out the inner turmoil.
Ooh, I want that.
Within his own guts in a believable and engaging manner, then he earns a persona point. Other players, as well as the GM, may nominate each other for this award.
I mean, last week I had this, but this week not.
But yeah, I don't really feel like anyone really had that this time around.
I mean, I feel
Not
like
last week, last session.
Levi is heading in the direction if, his love for Lynn may clash with whatever Z wants from him.
And for what my
And his love
company
for Lynn
wants.
with his company wants. I mean, there's stuff pulling on Levi from all sides, but I feel like that still needs a little more before that really.
Yeah, I feel like he's
is molded.
still in flux, and when he makes a decision and stands by it, then yeah.
Personal goals.
Well, okay, so I'm okay if the answer is no, but I do want to make a argument for that balancing act with Davy being fitting into that category.
I am tempted to agree with you. So, other players as well as the GM may nominate each other for this award. A majority vote at the table awards the point.
I don't know if you played out the inner turmoil of telling her what you told her.
I feel like he was pretty much, stammering and walking that line as much as he could.
Okay.
I think that's.
But let's make it a vote. Why don't you to write me your votes, and then I will tell mothers.
Master? Slash W master? Or
Slash WGM should work.
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think the drama is being built up too much on this.
It's the keyboard clicking, that's what it is.
Okay. So not yet.
Okay.
Deeds. I don't think anybody earned any deeds this session.
No.
So that's it. Oh yeah. Do you guys feel like any NPCs earned any Eartha?
Yes.
None, of course.
I feel like Z earned Artha at least Fate for getting a date with Levi.
And also, I think the bathroom scene is actually probably something that might contradict her character normally and is, I don't know, might be something special. I don't know. Going that route or not? Yeah, I think so. That should definitely be something.
I gave C. Fate. Anybody for John or anybody else? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think that wraps up the session for sure.
Wait. Definitely Davy too.
Okay, yeah.
Because Davy got Mathers to open up, and I feel like that was definitely like a personal goal of hers.
True.
Or at least a belief.
True.
Fair enough.
She may have had the right skill at the right time too, but
True. But I think that's something that's more for players than for
yeah. But... All right.
It rewards obscure skills.
Yeah. So thanks again, everybody. It is nearly 3:00 here, so have a good run.
Yeah. It's nearly midnight here.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
I will have.
Yeah, you guys too.
Yeah. Let me see.
In case,
If anybody watching this enjoyed this but hasn't hit follow yet, please do so that you'll for like my personal satisfaction and so that you can hit notifications on so you'll know exactly when I go on. And I'm gonna go ahead and host Gray Dybbuk. He is playing some Diablo, so if you're missing out on the carnage that didn't happen in this role playing game, well, there's some hack and slash for you coming right up. So have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
And let me